Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Hey, hey. Welcome back. All right. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at today's topic video for the 26th of November. And these are the ones where I leave on the comments. If you guys want to type the word compassion in the comment section, that gets you entered to win. And every Monday, I randomly go through the comments, and wherever my finger lands, that's the person who wins, and I do a storytelling for them. I've got to make a post to let you guys know who the Monday winner was. That was already done yesterday. So anyway, let's get into this. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're looking for any of your zodiacs or any of my content, please know I have a playlist tab on my channel. And if you click on that playlist tab, you will find every zodiac has its own playlist. I recently found out many people think I only post one video a month, and that couldn't be further than the truth. I do at least 2 videos for each zodiac every single week. I think we already have like 7 videos out for most all zodiacs, and some more than that this month alone. So anyway, just wanted you guys to know. And if you hear my dog over there, it's because he is currently shredding some box. Who knows why? I bought him tons of toys, but he likes a box. So this is card 8, and we have this masculine, and it's a kind of a Frankenstein looking fella here. He has got this bottle of potion in his hand. He looks pretty longingly at this, and he may have a scar or perhaps a tattoo or something that's very notable about him. But it does feel as if he's somewhat pieced together. It does not feel like this is somebody who feels completely whole. It feels as if he's like a jigsaw puzzle that's been put together. So this could be his mind has been troubled. We see some lines, in his face. To me, there's a look in his face, a look in his eyes that says he has been through some things in life, but he's still very much holding on to this hope. This is a masculine, perhaps, who, no matter what he's been through, no matter how he's had to knit himself back together, he still has a real hope that something wonderful, can still manifest for him. And I immediately oh my God, my heart goes out to this character. I want to help him, protect him, make sure he gets some of his needs met, that's my first instinct is whomever this character is, whether they're masculine or feminine is irrelevant. I don't read for genders, so this could be feminine just as easy. But we do have this 8 of Wands. So he's doing his own life. Just because he's had some difficulties doesn't mean he's not capable of, course correcting. And who knows, maybe the reason his life was shattered and it was jigsaw puzzles is because he shattered it himself, and this is his journey to piece it back together. We see him doing a kind of a fantastic job. And I should have mentioned also, there is something about his third eye is open. And even though it looks like he's been through some troubles, some traumas, some trials and tribulations, all the T words, we also have this 8 of Wands here. And this is him moving forward. This is him taking positive action in his life. This is him deciding it's going to get better now because I need it to. We've got the blank card, which is normally, to me, either 2 people that are expressing the exact same energy, or it's one person who is so real. Who they are on the inside is exactly who they seem to be on the outside. There is no guile in this person. And I would say, looking at him, that's my interpretation. He literally says exactly the words that are going on in his head is exactly what comes out of his mouth. If he looks fatigued, it's because he is. If he's still hoping and praying to get things to work out, it's because he's hoping and praying to get things to work out better for himself. Everything is exactly as he seems to be. And that is very refreshing. Anytime we see a character who has no guile in them, that's remarkable. We have the Queen of Cups upright, and then we have this 3 of Cups in the reverse. And I have to carefully cover this up because they don't have clothes on. In the reverse, though, this 3 of Cups says there's really only one person on his mind. There's really only one person he cares to talk to. It is somebody who's on the other side of this, banister It is somebody who sits against gray skies. So she doesn't look particularly happy either. But it does say the only thing on his mind right now is either getting to her, connecting to her. Let me ask, what is it that you want? This hope that he has in this swirling potion bottle. What is this? Because I feel like that is the manifestation. That is the thing, like as an alchemist that he's trying to create. We have Two of Swords. So he's definitely wanting to face her again. This is something where there has been blockage. We have Ace of Wands sideways. It's interesting because it's like I desperately want to face her again, and I also don't want to face her again. Like I'm passionate to do this, but I'm also, like we're at a standstill, and I have to go back to that moment where I was across from her, nose to nose, so they had a face-to-face argument. He definitely had a face-to-face argument with her at one point. Eight of Swords is upright. Everything got trapped, and we see all of these like rat traps hanging all around her. Like this whole card makes me so nervous because I'm like, don't turn around and bump into it and have it snap you on the nose or something. It definitely feels like all the traps are empty, right? So nothing has been caught or captured necessarily. This is all, it almost feels like there's been wasted energy. There's been, spilled out energy, especially if these two went into like some hostile, conflict. It's like it was so unnecessary. Whatever happened here, it was something that it almost seems like he says she couldn't get beyond it. And I sure didn't help. Knight of Wands. If he is in this mindset right now where, Four of Wands, this almost feels like I should have just raced back to her. I should have just done that. Instead, I didn't. And I went down some other road and it, completely left all this. Like, I feel like his life has almost like fallen apart or something as he went down some other road. And maybe that's where he got the scars and why he's got, the Frankenstein bolts out of the temples and all of this. It might be because why didn't I just race back to her when we had this conflict? Now he's like, I have to go right back to that point because that's where everything went wrong. That's where everything started to fall apart. That's where my life took the wrong turn. It wasn't how I wanted things to go at all. She was stuck. We together, like we couldn't have the dialogue that needed to happen. Maybe it's like we should have given each other reassurances. We should have talked through a conflict. And instead it was left in like silence. And that was also the day that everything just, I don't know if she accused him of being a cheat or something and he didn't set her straight on it, even if it's like, no, I didn't. I wanted to be with you. But it's like, oh, I'm not going to answer that. And so then she stays stuck in that thought. I don't know. This feels like two people who had ego. And it's like, this does not feel good. But that's the moment in time that he has to return to because that's the moment where everything went wrong. And it's so crazy because he has this one track mind. I still just, what I need to do now is manifest this. I got to talk to her again. This was a conversation that I had the opportunity once upon a time when the obstacle occurred. It could have been handled then. The argument, the fight could have been handled in that moment, but I don't think it was. Am I right about that? Is that the best interpretation? Queen of Swords. There's something here about like wanting truth. She wanted truth. Four of Swords. She was really, really hurt and she wanted the truth. Was there truth to, her, what she was fearful of? Queen of Pentacles sideways. I want the truth. Is there somebody else? Is that what's going on? Did you give her the truth? Hanged Man and the Moon. No. This is like, nope, I let her like wallow in that thought. Why let her wallow in that thought? I delayed saying anything and I let her stay in the dark. I let her think there was something I was hiding. 10 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse because he wasn't ready for this connection. He actually preferred to let this connection end. But why let it end so heartbreakingly? Why let, I mean, she's laying here. Knight of Swords, because it was the quickest way to end something. I don't understand. Why did you want things over with her? Page of Swords, because they wanted to go check out something else. What? Magician. They all of a sudden were like, I don't want to be in a relationship. So so they were probably already withdrawing their energy, which is what made her think, is there some other person? And then they were like, well, I'm not going to, like, whatever. That's led to our having some kind of a conflict. Maybe she didn't ask me outright, but I know I could clear it all up if I just said, whatever you're thinking, that's not the case. But he didn't. He let it go because he wanted to go in a different direction. There was something else he wanted to manifest, something else he wanted to try out. Six of Swords. Could have just been he didn't want to be in a relationship. He just needed to be single. Five of Swords and Justice. It definitely wasn't about him going after some other romance. In fact, that's the one thing that I don't see here at all. Every time we see the question mark of, like, is this person cheating? We keep seeing it as no. She's been the person on his mind, but on the other hand, at one point he let this breakup occur on purpose rather than saying, I want to break up because I really need to go deal with something else. But what's crazy is the thing that he had to go deal with or wanted to deal with was, like, it almost feels like he had a bunch of things that had pissed him off with that Five of Swords. This is conflict and drama. This is him feeling wronged. This is stuff he needs to go get over. This is things he wants to manifest, getting over. He wants to go ahead and, check out other things that he believes he's been cheated out of. It almost feels like somebody who, like, did not want to be in a relationship because I didn't get enough time to just do what I needed to in my life. And I have a right to do that. It feels like he had a chip on his shoulder because of other people that somehow he felt had taken something from him and he wanted that back. So he didn't want to be in a relationship. Not really. Not at that time. I still don't understand why you would leave it, being ended so painfully, though, and leave somebody thinking, why would you want anybody to think that you're, a cheat or something, or that there's somebody else on your mind, knowing how painful that could be, instead of just saying, honestly, I feel pissed off in my own life. I got a chip on my shoulder. I felt like I've been cheated out of stuff and I need to go and just get this out of my soul, get this out of my system. I'm not fit to be a partner to anybody right now. Like, that was actually the case. But instead, this argument seemed to have stemmed from, she certainly didn't have trust and she believed that they were somehow cheating. And they just didn't set it straight. Let me just ask this. If you had a chip on your shoulder about, life as a whole, and you had to go out and somehow fight for what you thought was fair for you, the Four of Cups sideways, they did need to do that. But on the other hand, they made other mistakes. And I'm guessing the mistake that they regret, even though they don't regret still going out and doing what they had to for themselves, I'm guessing that the regret is that they didn't tell her the truth and say, I'm breaking up with any kind of relationship right now because I have to go first. I'm in a bad mood. I'm busy. I've got stuff I feel cheated out of in my own life, things that preceded me ever meeting you. I've got my own chip on my shoulder that I've got to go and feel like I get a chance to live my life my way, regain something that I felt was taken from me. This didn't even have anything to do with her. She was just kind of like a casualty or something. Okay, so hang on. Four of Wands, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands. So she is definitely the thing that they do have regret. I should have been straightforward and honest with her. I should have told her, I don't want to be married right now. And I know you're going to leave me because I'm not going to offer that because I can't, because I have all these blockages in my life. But they didn't tell her that. They weren't truthful about that. So at this point, let me ask, if on the 26th he's standing here and he's like trying to say, okay, I've been in pieces, but now I've, glued myself back together as a, a bit of a Frankenstein here, but I'm holding on to this hope that I can still talk to her, that I can go back to that moment in time. Why is it that you want to go back to that moment in time with her? Because she's an empress, because she deserved better, because I should have treated her better, because I should have spoken to her like somebody that was so incredibly valuable. 8 of Pentacles. I should have let her know I was trying to work on myself. I should have Hierophant and the Sun. I should have let her know that she made me really happy, even though I was also very bitter at the time. I'm now I can realize, now I can see it for what it was. She actually made me really happy, and she was amazing. He knows that. He absolutely knows that. But it's like when you're offered something amazing, but you're too pissed off to actually like be able to receive it. It doesn't matter how great it is. He wasn't in a place to be a partner to her. But why is it on the 26th? What is so special about like the right now? The fact that he's like, this is something I have to do. 10 of Wands, it's so heavy a burden. And it's like he just can't carry this like even another day. So Temperance, he's got to have peace. He's been very weary because he went from, I care about her, but I'm so pissed off in my own life that I want to go like fight for other stuff for myself that I feel I was cheated out of. And that means I can't be in a relationship, but I'm going to actually go ahead and not be kind to her. I'm going to allow us to end badly. And now that has become the next big thing that has been this heavy, heavy burden. Why? Because she actually was somebody that they really cared about. Did you fix all the stuff that you were so pissed off about? 6 of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Cups, upright. This everything but what happened with her. So that's why you're kind of a Frankenstein. You pieced yourself back together, but now this is the final piece of trying to fix things. A King of Swords, he has to speak a truth. Look, I'm not sure that this truth is going to make any sense to her or that it's going to fix anything. It's just that this is his journey. And if anything, he sees her as somebody that he wounded, somebody that was nothing but loving toward him, and somebody that he gave gray skies to. If there is a way he can, this is somebody coming in very humble, but this is also somebody who's like, can I please like shelter you at this point? Can I please stand beside you at this point? Can I please, I keep hearing the word please, please, please. So to me, this feels like he's got to ask, could I please have another chance here to like do right by you instead of blow this thing up and leave it in the dust. I don't know if it's too late. I don't know about that. It's just that please, please, please. That is his great hope, is that somehow he can still undo this as well. All right, guys, there'll be a free link right there in the description box for the birthday storytelling for the 26th. All right, lots of love. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.